should have sent you in 10 minutes earlier.
I know, man, sorry.
I'm good. What else was going to ask? I've got an email you can send it to if you want to do that. That way you can go and get a second. Let's see, it's up there.
Do you need the point?
No.
This is my Batman bag of tricks. My other phone. All right. Cameraman, are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. We're rolling.
All right, we are rolling. Okay. Good afternoon, and welcome to our presentation, which is going to talk about one of the most revolutionary services that's going to greatly enhance the information ecosystem in scholarly research. So, by the end of, I'm Darrell Gunter. I'm with Underline. My colleague, Daniel, is back there. And we have a booth here today, as well as we're doing the showcase here. By the end of our time today, I'm going to demonstrate to you why scholarly lecture video content is the next important thing in scholarly research. It's not the silver bullet, but it's the missing piece of what we have seen. And why is that? You're going to get more engagement with your user community. You're going to have happier researchers. You ask, why are you going to have happier researchers? Researchers are always looking to satisfy their research hypothesis. Having the experience of launching Science Direct and Scopus for Elsevier and other products and services, I have found that researchers are always working on their research hypothesis, and any information that they can find is very important to them. And video lecture content is one of them. Your younger students and researchers, I have a 26-year-old daughter, and she graduated from Penn State, and she did her last year at Penn State completely online, watching video. Video is a new critical component of the scholarly research info echo environment. And so, how do we achieve these benefits for you? Well, we are the world's first repository platform for cutting-edge scientific lecture videos. Prior to COVID, Alex Lazenica, the founder of Underline, had went to 10 conferences around the world and videotaped all of the lectures of those conferences. And I can recall when Alex called me on March 30th of 2020 to tell me about his newest venture. I said to Alex, when I was the Chief Commercial Officer for American Institute of Physics in 2011, I was sitting next to Fred Dilla, the CEO, and we had a lecture going on up front. I said, Fred, tell me we're capturing this. This is really good stuff. Fred said, yeah, we got it on cassette tape. I said, what about video? He said, it's too expensive. But now, with Underline, we're able to provide you with these conference lecture videos in a way that will make research more attainable. So, Alex has this mission to digitize scientific public knowledge through video, making it globally accessible and useful by enriching, preserving, and aggregating conference content. Science is a global discipline, and it needs to be unified. He believes that our connected world, we need to build bridges and not barriers. and Underline Science is part of that global bridge. So when we look at the products that Underline has, we have a digital library of groundbreaking research featuring more than 38,000 curated and aggregated video lectures and presentations from top scientific and medical conferences. And let me add that this last week we had a press release announcing that the American Society of Mechanical Engineers are going to load their 10,000 videos on our platform. So you're going to see this number, 30,000 over the next couple of months, to grow to close to 50,000. We have our Underline Originals, which are high-end production of scientific series by the leading minds in specific topic areas, 2 of which are Nobel laureate winners. We have our Underline Collections. It's a series of topics, specific videos curated by professors. So if you have someone who just wants to focus on AI, we have that curated collection. And then we have our hubs, which are topic-specific modules of content. So let's look at our major topics that we have here. We have engineering and technology. We have health sciences. We have life sciences, and we have social sciences. Now, to do this, we have to create a core taxonomy of the content subject topics. Every content item supports Underline's internal unified 4-level core TOCs. The core TOCs provides for a vertical scale of the content collections. Multiple configurable core TOCs support horizontal scale of the content collections, and extended TOCs allows for personalization of a content collection. And here's a demonstration of what that core taxonomy looks like. I'm sure all of you are familiar with taxonomies, correct? Recently, for Internet Librarian, I did a talk on semantic search, and in there I gave a lot more detail about the vectoring search. This allows us to develop different vectors to go deeper into the content. So think about it. Which departments and programs would most likely use Underline within your particular institution? Well, if you look at computer science, artificial intelligence, computer science, human-computer interaction, humanities and social science, psychology and neuroscience, the College of Sciences, biology, chemistry, physics, even in School of Business Management, business administration, and economics. When we look at the School of Engineering, biomedical engineering, electrical and computer engineering, material science and engineering. And as we add more videos, more content, you'll see this taxonomy grow. So let's look at our content partners. We have more than 100 associations, events, and publishers. And you see the top names here: IEEE, AIP, ASME, AMA, the Endocrine Society, and AAAI, which is the top artificial intelligence organization, and NSTIC. Okay, so the button doesn't want to work. Let's do it manually here. So when we think about the benefits to researchers, keep up with developments in their field and research interests. One of the key things I want to stress to you, someone asked us today from one of the universities, well, if I go to a conference, why do I need to re-watch the video? And a lot of conferences actually have concurrent sessions, and one cannot clone themselves to attend every session. So it allows you to go back and look at those areas. But also, when you're conducting your research and you're able to search through the transcripts, which we provide a full search capability, you're able to find that nugget of information that's important to your research. And we look at the access to scholarly information from highly reputable sources as part of a research journey. I mean, I've had the opportunity and the privilege of attending several IEEE conferences. Not everyone has that opportunity to do that. The information that these experts are sharing is phenomenal. But now we're going to bring it to your desktop. Attend key conferences demand without missing a session, as we talked about. Budgets are tight, travel limitations aren't an issue. Access important information at any time. Find collaborators and reach out to them. Now, this is huge. Now, as someone who launched, anybody ever heard of biomedexperts.com back in 2008? I was with Colexis, and we launched that, and that was a professional network of life science researchers. To be able to connect with someone and say, hey, I loved your article, I'd like to discuss more, you're able to do that on the Underline platform. It's a great tool for early researchers, networking opportunities, They link their CV into their presentations. So everyone wins because you might have a research lab that's looking for a particular individual with a particular skill set and knowledge base that can be found on the Underline platform. And what is the added value for researchers? It's a platform that's easy for researchers to access and use, linked DOIs. So you can cite this information, you can cite this. Okay, you've heard it here. I always like to say this because I really believe this. I've been saying this for 4 years. When someone cites a video lecture in their paper and their paper does well, people are going to go, oh, we gotta have video content. Because I remember way back when this industry debated whether or not books were going to be online or not. That was back in 2001 at the PSP conference. And a lot of people held off on it. And what I'm suggesting to the marketplace is video is here. If you look at the #1 carrier, the #1 search engine is YouTube, and it's because of all the great videos people can search, find, and discover. The beautiful thing about the Underline platform is that you're only searching scientific content. You're not searching cats and dogs, even though I have cats and dogs, but you're getting right to that. And we're fully accessible. We're one of the few vendors where our site is fully accessible. Searchable transcripts, cite and reference videos as research material, access the content at any time. Again, that ongoing discussion with authors. Now the Learn More section, I'm very excited about the Learn More section. Everybody within Underline says, oh, there goes Darrell again talking about the Learn More section. Well, what is the Learn More section? Imagine that you're reading a video, you're watching a video, and then you see Learn More. And then in the Learn More section, there are articles that are in context to the video where we click right into the publisher's interface. So the researcher is getting fully gratification of their search and their research hypothesis. Again, for librarians, it's a platform that's easy for librarians to access and use. Again, we're fully accessible. We're VPAT 508 compliant. MARC records are available. Platform analytics. We're beyond counter compliant. We have stats like you wouldn't believe, and we're GDPR approved. And we're CERRU compliant as well. Who are some of the early adopters? Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, Wisconsin, Fordham, Western University, Canada, and we have some other folks that are coming on in the next month. Right, Daniel?
Yes.
That's right. Got him on tape saying yes. So let's look at Underline at a glance. You know, we're better than abstracts only. As the younger staff wants the video, they want more engagement, and we all want happier researchers. Some years ago, if you go to my Orca profile, you'll see I wrote a paper back in 2008, and I talked about the challenges of R01 researchers, how much time they spend on researching, trying to find that jewel of information. Underline is helping towards that by providing this information that's accessible, that they can determine that's important to their research. Thank you for your attention, and I do have time for questions, and I won't hold you beyond your lunch break. Any questions? Yes?
I have 2 questions. The first one's short. You said there were searchable transcripts. Do you create transcripts for every video?
Every video. Every video gets a transcript, and we're happy to say that we use Amazon AWS, and it's like 98, 99% accurate. And some conferences, sometimes the people who do the presentations, they'll go over their transcript just to correct any errors that they feel there might be. But it's very good.
Okay. And then the second question is a little bigger. Can you talk a little bit about how you actually collect the videos? So is it sort of conference by conference, like you go to a conference and you get everything, and you go to the next conference and you get everything, or do you also ingest from other places?
All of the above.
Yeah.
All of it. We started, you know, it's interesting, when Alex started this in 2019, he was going to conferences to record the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Then COVID hit, and I was like, man, this is really great, because he pivoted like you wouldn't, well, I was part of it, we pivoted like you wouldn't believe. And so we were doing conferences. We've done over 400 conferences where we collect the videos. Now, there are some videos that we've collected from folks who had videos.
Yeah, you mentioned ASME just sending you their stash.
Right.
So.
There's another society that we had to do some work because the videos were just like kind of raw. They didn't have any metadata. They didn't have the MARC records, they didn't have the DOI, so we really cleaned them up, and we had to do splits and make sure that, you know, it was done in the most professional manner.
So is the source conference one of the metadata for every video? Like, can I search by a conference title?
You can, you can. UKSG, we just put 3 years of their annual meetings up on our site. You had a question?
I did, I can't remember what it was. I think it was more like questions she had,
Uh-huh.
in terms of, so I work with libraries
Mhm.
to, because of, let's say like Charleston Conference, right?
Yeah.
And so we're recording this.
Yeah.
And so if Charleston Conference wanted me to submit their materials to Underline.
I've been trying to get Leah to do that for 4 years. Charleston Conference, because I'm affiliated with the Charleston Conference. I have a column in Against the Grain called The Innovative Saga. I do the Charleston premieres, I'm the MC. But I've been trying to get their content on our platforms. A lot of times, some folks, they want to keep their content on their platform. And I'm from the Sandra Vandermeer. She's a professor from Imperial College. I'm one of her disciples. I believe that competitors should work together. Let the reader decide which way they want to go, but give them access to the information. So we're open to that. We don't ask for exclusive. Yeah, so we're open.
So, sorry, in terms of the pricing model,
Mhm.
so a library would subscribe to Underline?
Yes.
And then the institute, like if the conference, would their members
Mhm.
get free access to
Right.
Underline?
So every agreement that we have with the conference, they tell us how they want their content to be viewed, whether it's open access, whether they want it to be subscribed, or whether they want to have, like, give example, with ASME, we have a white label site for them on our site, where people can go and view it video by video, pay a particular fee that they have established.